Hey YouTube, what's up? How is everybody today? For those who are new to my channel, my name is Stokes, and today I'm gonna be going over trading time frames. Because I hear from a lot of people asking, how do you choose what time frame to swing trade from or day trade? And like the demographics can really change depending on like how much data you're looking at. From a larger time frame, it could be a little overwhelming. Also, like not enough data if you're in too close. So I'm gonna go over how I break down the stocks from different time frames and how I utilize it to make my trades, right? And for the first of all, I want to apologize for the lighting or the low quality you may be experiencing, is because of my location that I am in right now. So okay, with that being said, I'm gonna dive right in. We have ULTA here, Ultra Beauty. They had earnings today. This is the Thinkorswim platform, so you can know when there's an earning report by these bubbles down at the bottom of the charts. They use those to mark the the earning dates. So always be aware of those when you're making your trades, man, because you don't want to be holding a trade into a earning report, because that's mostly like rolling the dice. It could go shoot way up or it could shoot way down, and in this case it had a big drop. So if you was holding that on from a long position after hours today, you're hurting right now. Okay, so basically what I would do as I approach this chart, I would first back out to, I like to go as wide out and just see it from, like, as if you trying to buy a house and then you just want to step out to the street and just see how the whole house look from the street view first. That's how I look at this from a weekly. I would back out and I would basically just look for like the low points, which is like down here at 192. Over 3 years we got the weekly here. Okay, we got 192. We got kind of a double bottom down here, so that's significant to me. I will go up top. I will mark the top on the chart, because we got this like resistance here. Even though we got these two peak outs, that's really nothing, because the most of the crowd data is in this area, so that's more significant to me. So I marks that. And you also want to just pay attention to the overall trend of the stock, which is growing. Even though we had these pullbacks, it's growing. So I see another like price level here that has some reaction. You see we got this rejection here, and it basically had two little bounces, which is today at market close we actually closed around this area. So yeah, now that we have mostly a lot that we can look at from this this chart, this time frame, I see some more data in here based on these this price level reaction here, as well as this one here. We got some resistance that became support for it, actually broke down, but it came back up. So that's from a weekly perspective, right? My next step would be to go to, I have the 2-year daily. Okay, so that's basically every candlestick is 1 day from 2 years over a 2-year time frame. Okay, and that basically just give you a little more data than the weekly do, because now you have more candlesticks. So it's kind of more of a more choppier looking chart, but in my eyes is a little more cleaner, because I can see more support and resistance in here. Like I see a trend line here, okay, that I want to mark. I'm gonna bring that in, okay, because we got some resistance up in that level. I also see some support that we can actually add in here, okay, because we got some reactions around this level, even though we broke down in here, but it came back up. And the reason why, like some people say trend lines are inactive once the price level break through it, but I don't really believe that. I basically like trend lines for however the price react when it's around it, right? Because as you can see here, if we zoom in, you can see we had some reaction around this level. We had some support, we had resistance up here, we had support along this trend line. And as you can see, when it came back down to this trend line, it broke straight through. But what does it do once it breaks through is what makes that valuable to me. As you can see, it came back up to retest it, and it was rejected, so it sold off again. That's why I still plot that trend line. It's not about that it broke down, because it really, like, it's for the data to me. So after we map out the daily, I will just look for some more pivot points that we might have not seen in the weekly, okay, which we might got a little bit in this area here. So I will mark that in. Hold up, we're gonna switch this back to the horizontals. Right, I'm gonna put that in there. More so because we got some reaction here and some reaction in there. And that's basically about it as far as I would go from the daily. We got a little bit more down here, even though the price not down there, but I'm gonna plot that one as well. Now I'm gonna move in a little closer to, I had the 180-day 4-hour chart, right? But I wouldn't do the 180-day. I would do I also have the 360-day 4-hour. In the 4-hour, that basically break every day down into 2 candlesticks. Okay, so that's a little more data. It look a little more choppier, but it's a little more data to go off. And now, as you can see, the intraday trading is showing up. Think a swim platform, like those wider time frames, they only basically show like the day, but they don't show like the after hour for today, if that make any sense. So anything that happened today after market close wouldn't have showed up until you go intraday, which now we on the 4-hour chart, and now we can see the earning report that happened. And as you can see, it kind of fell down to close to these points where we already have marked out based on this resistance here and a little bit of this support area here. Right, so I really like the that's just crazy that it is falling down to that point, although it's not really there yet. That's that speak value to me, right? So it's really nothing else I would do from this point. I would just zoom in a little more, right? Then we go to the hourly. I got the 90-day 1-hour chart here. Right, now we can see like every candlestick is 1 hour, and you can see a little more data in here, like from a shorter term. Okay, so as I can see, I can see a little more resistance in this area. So I'm gonna go back to this tool, and I'm gonna mark here, here, and here. As you can see, that's like kind of a descending resistance that it had been dealing with since what this is July 16th until now. We kind of had like every spike really couldn't break this level here. Although it's in this channel, we still have like these little macro these micro little trends that be happening in there that you really got to pay attention to. You can't ignore them. Okay, yeah, so now that we have, like, you see this resistance area, right? You see this resistance area that we just marked on the hourly time frame. Now think about this. This drop happened after hours, right? And like, look where the price was, like at market close. You know, we kind of rose up at the end of the day towards this resistance level that has resisted here. It has resisted here. That, you know, we follow this trend, y'all, and then it resisted again up in this area. Okay, that's where it started, and then it basically resisted all the way down until we got back to it today. Remember, this drop happened after hours. Now, I'm not trying to sit here and tell you that technicals really based on, it goes off of like the earning reports react to technicals, because it really don't always work out that way. Although me looking, like if I was looking at this chart today, like actually trading it into earnings, I would not have bought that, because it's actually at a resistance to me, and I'm a technical trader, so I just don't buy around resistance unless I'm going short or something. And in this situation, by being earnings, I wouldn't even have bought it anyway. But That's just crazy that it actually had resistance here and it tanked after hours, right? And it's kind of falling down to this price level here of 260, which is a little higher still. Is a little higher still. Let me see, where is it? Is that we got a buy order at 263.84, right? Our marker is at 260.31. So I would like, at market open tomorrow, I would wait to like see where this would be around what we already have charted out. Now we can move in a little closer to the 30 minute chart, right? But basically, let me back out, y'all. Sorry if it's getting a little more choppy, but this is what I say. Like, more intraday you get, the more choppier it get. You really gotta zoom in to like really see like the candlesticks and stuff, because it's so much data now. Like I said, it could get overwhelming, and in order for them to squeeze that into these charts, it gets smaller and a little harder to read. But things change. I'm a swing trader, so I like the larger time frames. Like, I already would have my trading plan on how I would approach this stock. I would more so look for this area here. Okay, I would look for this area here of 260.31 before I would even like consider trying to trade it, based on that it's hovering a little above it. And I know that this is where I know that this is where support is at, based on what we already done mapped out before. Which time frame was that where we seen that? Was it, we could go back to, oh yeah, was it this one? And then we back out. Yeah, as you can see, we have this this resistance here, which is actually support. Now by all means, tomorrow we can wake up and this be done cracked down. You know, pre-market make more moves. There's a lot of people that's probably going to look to escape from this. There's a lot of people that's going to look to jump in. We're going to have people chasing it, and then they're going to cover short. So the moves can be really, really crazy tomorrow, and we're going to be watching. But I'm extremely tired, y'all, and I'm so sorry for like if I didn't perform my best for this video, or I have a headache. Like, I've been working really, really long hours like the last 3 days. I probably slept for a total of 5 to 6 hours, literally. But I really just wanted to get this video out. I probably put an upgraded version a little later once I'm like 100% myself. But hopefully you find value in this video and it helped you out understanding the time frames a little bit. You know, you could keep researching into this, but it could really be a good tool for you if you understood it. Now, like I said, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, share this with a friend. You know, I'm gonna get better with my videos. I'm gonna get better. Like, I'm new to all of this, so just bear with me, y'all. And I promise you, I'm gonna try to get my information out to you as best I can. And yeah, so that's really just it for the day. I'm ready to go and get some sleep and try to get a good rest in for tomorrow. So peace out, y'all.